Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I didn't even get it set up. I just turned it on.
You didn't do anything. I was like, Jeannie, can you get this set up? She just put it back here.
I lost focus. I was talking to Michelle.
She was looking for her nuts.
I was looking for my nuts. I was looking for my nuts and my marbles. So I always feel bad when I show up on Tuesday and I'm not like, look at this, and I made this, and we did
You worked
this.
all weekend.
I did. I actually,
Is this the new dress I'm going to have to clean soon?
You know what? I get
Did
on.
you notice that everything was clean this time?
I haven't inspected yet. Oh, that's funny. Because I yelled at him last time, and I said, "This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable for me to point it out and for it not to be done."
You just need to stop wearing white.
I love light
You should
colors.
just
I
not
love
be
black
allowed
too. I love black
to wear
too.
white.
I wear black all the time as well. Yeah, I wanted to have so much to show you, and I actually, we did.
You were filming all weekend. What were you filming?
Sweet as pie. Which, it's cute. It's so much cuter, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I got to tell you, I was a little lukewarm on Sweet as Pie. But stitching it out, it is so cute. Like the little pie tin. How many of you love that? Like the little pie tin with a little drip of, was it the pecan pie? No. Yeah, I think it was the pecan pie. It was so cute. And the rolling pin with the like leather and the cork. It's really, really cute. And, there is not going to be a Sew Along week 3 for that Sweet as Pie, just so you know, because I just started stitching the rest of it last night. There's not that much to go. So I did, and I filmed it, and I'll put it up. I didn't put it up yet.
It was only a 2-week sew along?
Well, there's supposed to be one more week, but there's not enough. Like, don't wait. Just do it.
You're filming it and posting.
I am, yeah. I'll film and post, but I did. What did I film? I filmed last night. Oh, I was working on Gather. Although I got stumped. I got to the part where you laid the quilted part down, and I think I misplaced it. I think I needed to move it half an inch. So then I stopped. I was like, done. And then I was multi-needling all weekend too, and I wanted to have that to show you, but Patrick went mountain biking yesterday, so he's gone all day, and I went to thread my thing, and so I pulled it down. I always pull it down to get it behind the thread guide.
How easy a fix was that?
And I couldn't get it to pop back up, and so when Patrick...
So what was the fix?
I'm telling them, I'm getting there. He wants to be the hero.
I'm not the hero.
So
the point is...
it came down... and it got stuck there, and so I was trying to push it up, and I didn't want to break anything, and I know me. I would have probably pushed it up, and the needle would have been down. I would have just, like, impaled myself. So I said, okay, let me just wait until Patrick gets home. But, like, that happened in the morning. That's, like, my whole stitch day, because he didn't get back until, like, 7. And all he did was he turned it off and turned it on again.
There's a lesson here.
When in doubt, turn it off and turn it
off, restart.
I was scared that it would like...
So your safety device had activated. So something definitely wasn't right. Like you weren't perfectly lined up when you pulled it down or something.
Yeah.
Because the way those
I've never had that happen.
The way those multi-needle cases work is it's only the active needle that you can actually pull up and down. And so you might have pulled it down too early or something, but your safety device activated, which shut everything down.
Yeah.
So you had to restart. Like,
I was scared.
Like nobody would have been able to do anything until you restarted.
I needed an expert to tell me that. I was like trying to push it up, and I was like moving it a little bit, you know, when you do that. And then I said, forget it. I don't want to break it. So I just waited for Patrick. But that was my whole stitch day on my multi-needle. I got a little bit of time in the morning.
It seemed like you were working all day when I got home.
That's what I do. Right? That's what I do.
So there's
Priscilla was on the sweetest pie. We had fun, right?
I had
Good times.
thought yesterday. So I did this massive ride yesterday.
Were you thinking about sewing and vacuums on your ride?
I was actually thinking about community. I was. Like I used to do a lot of stuff like this, and I don't do that much stuff like it anymore. Normally because my son is with me, and Kai doesn't really like stuff that's like not on the map. Like Kai likes to know where things are going.
He's looking at the map. He looks at it.
He doesn't like to explore.
Really?
Like he likes doing stuff that's like Kai went successfully.
Big boy ride.
Kai went and did like a big backcountry ride. Not by himself, but with a friend. But that was the first time he'd ever done anything like that without me, and it went off without a hitch. He did great. He was prepared. He's learned, right? Like that's what you want to see, that your kid like has learned, and so he's growing. He did great. So I went out and did a ride, and it was funny because like talking with the guys, the two guys I was with on the way up, I was like, I'd really like to go out to this Spencer Lake Valley because I just keep hearing that this is the most amazing place, but it is in the middle of nowhere. Like at Spencer Lake Valley, you're like 14 miles from anything.
So are there mountain bike trails?
There's like old mining trails out there. And so I knew that it was 99% biking. But there was like the Spencer Creek Trail was pretty gnarly, and like it was probably 2.5 miles through Spencer Valley, and we probably pushed the bikes. It was downhill too, which tells you how gnarly the trail is, but we like carried the bikes downhill for probably 1/2 mile or 3/4 of a mile. But you get into this valley and there are 3 lakes and there are waterfalls everywhere, and there's like a raging creek and like 1,000-foot walls everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it was like being in Yosemite, but nobody there.
Yeah.
Nobody goes back there. And I kept thinking, we finished the ride and my buddy Aaron turns to me and he's like, dude, we just did this. Aaron, she doesn't like Aaron because Aaron calls me on Tuesdays in the middle of the workday.
I told Aaron and you're not allowed to call.
So he intentionally calls Tuesday in the middle of the workday.
Yeah, he's
so
on my you-know-what list.
He'll call. I'll talk to him for all of 30 seconds and get in trouble for it.
That's not true. That's not true.
So at the end of the ride, Aaron's like, dude, that was a crazy ride. Like, that was like, we just covered, it was almost 30 miles. It was almost like, if you think about it, like an out and back, like we rode 14 miles out to the middle of nowhere and then 14 miles back to town. And like, there was no drama, right? And there was
why would
definitely,
there be drama?
Well, halfway through the ride, I said to these guys, I was like, you know what? You know what, guys? Like, you guys might be the only guys I could have done a ride like this with. Because, like, as we kind of went down into this valley that we knew we were going to have to get out of, like, how hard the ride was going to be came into focus. And everybody was excited about it. Nobody was complaining. Everybody's bike was in good condition and well taken care of. Like, and I used to do a ton of stuff like this with Aaron, who had kids, and we, life changed, and I started riding with my kid, and his kid was too young to ride. And, this was the first time Aaron and I had done something like that for probably 7 years. And this was a big one, like a place that I had always wanted to go to, but had never had the crew to go with. And it's not the kind of place you want to go to by yourself. And everything worked perfectly. Like, it was awesome. And I literally was thinking about it when the ride started to get easy near the end of the ride. Like, you know, you kind of get through. There was a point on the ride where I was like, uh-oh, like I'm starting to hurt. This last part's going to hurt. But I was thinking about it the whole time, like how it's important to have those communities and how rare those communities are. And like I was actually thinking about the store and about the community that's being developed at the store and how cool that is for you ladies.
For you ladies and for us.
So
that's that's how it all ties in. That your bike community.
No, I literally was like thinking about like how cool it is to have a group of people that share your passion, that, you know, we might need in this community to work on less panic and like, but I mean, it was cool. I literally was thinking about the store in the middle of nowhere, which is either really cool or really sad. I can't figure that part out. But like, you know.
With your dudes riding in the middle of nature, just taking.
I mean, it was funny because it wasn't lost on any of us. Like we got like at the end of the ride, like we were like literally riding into town, riding to the car, and Aaron like turns and he's like, guys, like that was a crazy ride. And like how amazing that we made it through that ride. No mechanicals, no flat tires, no drama, no big accidents. Like nobody complained. Everybody was stoked. Like when the ride was at its hardest, we were like laughing and joking and like kind of feeding off each other's energy.
With some kind of badass.
Yeah, so it was awesome.
Yeah, that's always nice.
And I literally 2 or 3 times in the middle of that ride was like, guys, man, I'm so psyched to be out here with you guys because I don't know anybody else.
My community on Sweetest Pie yesterday was awesome too. They were all a bunch of badasses. Everyone was just stitching away.
When it got hard, everybody was excited for what was coming.
When it got hard, we just dug our heels in and we just got through it. When I went astray, I think I had one spot, right? There's always one time when I kind of veer off the path. Nobody complained. They were all positive. We just kept going.
So we all ran out of water.
We did too.
At like 10 miles from town, which is I literally was like, uh-oh, like this is bad. And then like 2 seconds later, everybody's like, I'm out of water. I'm out of water. I'm out of water too. I'm out of food. Oh God, this last part's going to be painful. And then we crossed a creek.
Did you drink from the creek?
No, we like soaked our clothes in the creek. And
got naked?
No, we just took our shirts off and soaked our clothes, like got our heads wet, soaked our helmets. Although Aaron threw his bike shorts into my helmet again. Like that was like what he used to always do. Bastard.
I don't get it.
Is
that like something?
It's gross.
Is that
like
something,
the bike shorts you've been wearing all day?
Is that something people do?
No, it's something Aaron does.
I bet you don't like him either, right? You're hearing about him and you don't like him either. I actually like Aaron a lot, but I don't like that he calls during workday.
It was perfect though, because like we kind of started riding more downhill and like it totally cooled our bodies to the point of almost being cold. So we stopped sweating and all of us made it through, no cramps. It was perfect.
We have so many ladies who want to come and visit. We're going to have to do some kind of special event.
We'll do an event.
What are we going to do?
I don't know. Sometime we'll have time to do it. So I just delivered 5 sunset gray cabinets, and I will not show these pictures until the sewing room is done. Oh, look.
Okay, so Crafty, I will disregard that message, and we'll figure things out for you.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, this is where Patrick was. It's pretty gorgeous, huh?
Like, that's where I was yesterday.
Look at that. Like, where is that?
That's in the middle of nowhere. Those are like 1,000-foot, 1,500 walls, too. 1,500-foot walls. Like, that was a big lake.
Those are places you can't see unless you bike or hike or walk in. Yeah, that's kind of cute. That's nice.
I mean, that place was...
I'm glad you have. You know what happens to Patrick if he doesn't get his bike on? He starts to go crazy, and he gets depressed.
Yeah, that's where we were.
He gets depressed and he gets sad. I don't want my baby sad. I don't want you sad.
What else do we have to talk about this week? So, anyways, I delivered this sunset gray furniture this morning.
Was it gorgeous? Did you take pictures?
Well, I'm not gonna show them because the sewing room's not ready. But
that's a cutting table. That's Pat's cutting table. Oh yeah, it looks beautiful.
Look at that.
Yeah, it looks. You can show that. Can't you show that?
I'll show that. So we delivered 5 cabinets this morning, and
yeah, that is
after
gorgeous.
delivering 5 cabinets this morning, I'm like
tired.
Not that I don't love Koala or these other brands of cutting tables and or other brands of furniture, but if you don't have the furniture, this isn't said for any other thing other than like that stuff is the best.
It's the best.
Like that unique sewing furniture, the way it moves, the way it's set up, we delivered 5 cabinets this morning between 8 and 9:10.
Yeah. And just that you
unboxed, like moved into position, like you can't do that with any other furniture.
No, I never want to have to. I have a koala cabinet, and I never want to.
The only reason we haven't gotten her unique furniture is we don't want to deal with the koala cabinet.
With moving it.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. So anyways, that sewing room is going to be incredible. I'm going to have pictures for you ladies once that sewing room is actually set up.
I can't wait for Oh So Delightful. Okay, so we were talking about Sweet as Pie. Let's go back to that really quickly. So there is no Sew Along. Next week, on Monday, I'll still be in Vegas. Our kids have their fall break, and it's next week. So we are leaving Friday night. We will not be here on Saturday. The store will be open, though.
Yeah, the boys are running the store. Be kind to the boys.
Yep. And so I am going to be there from Friday night, and then I'm coming back on Monday, and then I will be here next week. But since I'm not here on Monday, that means no Sew Along on Monday. And then the Sweetest Pie Sew Along was supposed to resume and have one more session the week after, which is the 10th. No Sew Along, no Sweet as Pie Sew Along on the 10th. However, I'm going to see what I can do to get Ma together so that we can start, because I have a chunk of time. There's no, quilt. I don't have a quilt or something until...
You know what you should do? Nothing. You should...
Hey, Michelle, will you check a friend?
You should do nothing. You should take a little time and
So anyways, we are going to start Merry Christmas, y'all, because I keep promising that and I haven't done it yet. And I love the sew-alongs because they keep me on track. They keep me committed. They keep me from putting stuff on my shelf
buy more fabric.
Of good intentions. Yes. Your wish is my command. No. So Merry Christmas, y'all. That's the plan. Let me make sure I can get everything cut and ready to go. And as long as I can, we will start that on the 10th. And that is going to also be, I'm going to multi-needle it. Let's do it. And I know if my thread gets stuck, I'm just going to go, hang on, ladies. Let me turn it off and back on again. I learned that from a wise old man.
Yikes.
Oh, man. I like this.
So
I never thought I'd be married to a man that has a beard and a mustache.
Yeah, I grew up. I had a pandemic beard that hasn't gone away. I'm like, I so love not shaving.
I love it. I feel like it gives you a softer look.
So anyways, let's talk about a couple things. I will be out of the store until Wednesday next week.
So wait, you have a couple questions here. Number 1, oh no, Rolo got her finger caught yesterday. I hope you're okay. And then Cheryl needs to talk to you about spool cabinet modifications.
I've read all of these.
Is there a table for the Altair? You don't need...
So here's the thing. So, do we know who So Crafty is?
Who is So Crafty? Hello, So Crafty. Okay, so the Altair... Do they keep me out of trouble?
So Crafty, just because I don't know exactly who you are other than your handle, quite frankly, I don't like the tables that go up and down. The reason I don't like the tables that go up and down is at this point, 7 years into owning this business, I've been in probably 200 sewing rooms. 3/4 to like 80, probably more like 85% of those rooms, what I've seen is a sewing and embroidery machine on top of the cabinet with the embroidery unit attached.
Okay.
So we sell the unique furniture where they're designed to keep you at sewing height.
Yeah, so let's talk about that because I do put my sewing table up and down.
Yes.
It's a pain in the butt because my embroidery arm is heavy and I have to pull it off, put it somewhere. 90% of the time I keep mine up. And the only time I put it down is when I am quilting and I need that space and I don't want the embroidery arm, like my quilt gets stuck on it and drags and stuff. That is like, I dream about that with the unique table because it's set.
Well, and it's easier on your shoulders.
Low.
Like, it's just easier. So if you don't have a combination machine, and it's sewing only, Unique sells a table at one height just with a cutout. But because of that, it's significantly more configurable in how we deal with cabinetry and how that cabinet is set up. So if you're in the market for a table, call me and we'll figure out what you need. I know you have the Altair because that's what you said. And the table that I have up front is designed for the Altair. Something interesting is if you were to consider upgrading to a Luminaire, and I just did this, I didn't deliver, she picked it up. But 2 of the cabinets that arrived on Saturday went home and the customer bought the table for the Solaris Luminaire because the Altair Stellaire combo machines fit in the table perfectly.
Oh, they do?
They do. And if she upgrades, she doesn't have to replace the top.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to talk about there and a lot to unpack, and we're kind of running long in that we talked about a lot of nonsense early on. Well, no, I talked about community, and I think it's cool that there's a community here. I think that's cool. So anyways, I don't sell a cabinet that goes up and down. You know what I have never seen ever? A machine stored in the cabinet.
Like all the way down.
I have never seen a machine.
Do it. Don't say that because people do it.
No, but what I'm saying is out of 250 sewing rooms that I've been in, I've never seen somebody with the sewing machine all the way down and the cover on the table. In fact, every table we've taken on trade has not come with the top cover
because they can't find it
because they have no idea where it is. So they own the cabinet for 7 or 8 years. Over that 7 or 8 years, the filler for the top of the cabinet, and that's the real reason you want to lift, is if you're really going to shut the cabinet up and store the machine on the inside of the cabinet, that's why you really want that lift.
I have stuff in the inside of my cabinet. I have a big thing filled with
I've
fabric.
never seen it. And so what's funny is Pat from...
Look at Suzanne does. Of course you do.
So Pat from Unique Sewing Furniture will talk all the time about it. He's like, I've been in thousands of sewing rooms, and he's like, I almost never see people with their machines stored in the table. So it's just, Suzanne, I've just never seen it. I've just never been to your house and it is stored in the
Lori,
table.
yes, we do have 1/4-inch feet with flange. Are you asking, is there one? because you can use the basic one that comes with it, and there's also there's several that have the flange, and then there's always the one that goes with the dual feed foot, which is like my favorite because that's what I'm always using. So let's talk. We got to do our giveaway.
Yeah, well, and let's talk about this week. So we are gone Saturday. I'm gone through Wednesday. So
He tried to be gone through the following Saturday.
So this is what you.
I was
Should
like,
we really talk about how that happened? That wasn't just me taking off. We were all supposed to take off.
no, I never talked about taking off.
Yeah, we did.
Nope. Okay.
But somebody booked an event that weekend.
Somebody, I never talked about taking time off. I just got this email. Live update, ladies and gentlemen. There is a software update available for the Luminaire and the Solaris. Version, am I looking at the right email?
Yes.
Yeah, it came 47 minutes ago. So there should be a new update, and it is version 4.51. So if you turn on your machine, sometimes what I'm realizing, right, is that some people's their automatic updates aren't working if you have your machine set up to go to sleep.
Yeah, if
Right?
you've got your eco settings so that your machine goes to sleep, what happens is it doesn't, if it's a large upgrade,
Yeah.
then
Mine
it doesn't
mine
have
is
time
mine
to...
is set up to go to sleep, and that's why I don't think I ever got mine. And so you can do one or two things. You can just be sewing like nonstop. Just don't stop.
That's how it worked for her. She
No,
sewed
it's
all
not.
day.
That is not how it happened for me. I did mine manually. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I did mine manually. And then it's very rare for me to be not sewing all day, but embroidering all day. Yes, that happens all the time. So you can do it manually, or you can turn off your eco mode and just wait for it to pop up, or just leave your eco mode on and just be sewing the entire time. You guys are fine. And so just know that update is out there. This week, what we have going on is there's an accessory class this afternoon. So don't forget about it. That's going to be from 1 to 4. If you still want to sign up, call the store and I will put you in the class. It's a great class. The Riley Blake Tabletopper class is going to be happening. That's the pumpkin squared Lori Holtz. And even if you haven't gotten your machine from us, or not your machine, but your kit, you could still take the class. It's going to be tomorrow morning from 9 to noon with our one and only Michelle Burrett, and she is worth taking a class with. Oh, and don't forget that the block party is happening. Block party is Wednesday afternoon.
She says she's still waiting for the Tooth Fairy design.
What? Okay, I'm gonna look into that right now. But block party is happening. Remember, do not click on add to cart. Click on the thing that says click here if you want to sign up for that. And that is all going to be about quilting in the hoop. And it's with Dime. It's a free event. And then they also give you a shopping code afterwards. There's a Luminaire sewing class that's going to happen on Thursday. So if you haven't taken that yet, get signed up for that. If you didn't get your machine from us and you want to take that class, give us a call and we can sign you up. There's a small fee for it, but you're welcome to join in with our community. And then there's also a Journey and Brother class, and it is a sewing class, and that's going to happen on the 29th, but it also includes the crescendo, the aerial, the 3100, is it the 3050? Was it 3050 before?
Yep.
The chorus, the ballad, all of those are all people that could take that class. That's Thursday afternoon. And then there is the Tooth Fairy pillow. I should have had samples, huh? Tomorrow. Tooth Fairy pillow, that is going to be happening on the 30th, and
I can't believe it's about to be October.
I'm confused. Oh, there we go. There are all the guests. Hatley. I do not understand why don't you do the giveaway so I can look into Miss Hatley's
Miss Hatley's email preferences may be screening out an unknown email with attachments.
Yeah, I resent it again to you on Thursday, September 22nd. So maybe I have the wrong email address. Could that be it? Because it shows as sent.
Do not
So
read that on the live stream.
I'm not going to read it on the live stream. So, Miss Hatley, I'm going to call you as soon as we're done. Because that was sent out to you, resent out to you again last Thursday. So I will get that taken care of. I'll give you a call.
We do remain really caught up in service, which has been great. So we are definitely getting machines back to people within a week that we're not waiting for supplies for. That said, let's do our giveaway. I don't remember what our question was. So every Friday we do
Anyone? Oh, so it looks like Marlene is sharing with us that it looks like there's going to be an update for Scan and Cut 2. Roxanne, we will let you know as soon as we know about the upgrades. We're just hanging out and waiting.
So regarding the giveaway, we do a giveaway every Friday. We ask a question that helps us here in the store, and that's Suzanne. We ask a question.
And we can't remember what it was. Oh, but I have a list. Let me go in here and see.
So if the random comment picker picks your answer to that question, you win the grand prize. This week's prize is the Cocoa Collection layer cake from Michael Miller Fabrics. And the runner-up prize is there's a bee in my bonnet. Spray bottle by Lori Holt.
Oh, we have a special guest coming. Is it tomorrow?
We do.
We have a special guest coming. Let me see.
So, this is our random comment picker.
Which sometimes we go, is it random? It's random.
Secretary Mundy wins the spray bottle
Congratulations, Miss Secretary
by helping
Mundy.
us get to...
And who doesn't need an extra spray bottle? We always need them. Let me go ahead and put your name on there. That'll be here. You can just go ahead and collect it up front.
And now we need to answer the question. Did you ask about Michael Miller Fabrics? Is that what you did? Because I see as they scroll by.
Shoot. What was the question? Does anyone remember?
It was everybody's answering questions about Michael Miller.
It must be Michael Miller. I think we must have asked if you ever see with Michael Miller.
Yeah, do you use Michael Miller Fabrics? So Michelle Kelly wins the Cocoa.
Did she win? I feel like she won.
She's won before.
Yeah. Congratulations. But I feel like it was super recent.
I don't remember.
Congratulations. She seems to be our fabric winner. And I will put this in your pile of stuff to be shipped because I have a pile for you, Miss Michelle. Congratulations to Miss Heather Mundy and Miss Michelle Kelly. And I haven't heard anything on upgrades. Have you seen anything shipped?
I did see 5. We got invoice for 5 more of the brother upgrades. I will call. I was actually gonna call on the way back.
Baby lock?
Yeah.
Sometimes the squeaky wheel. What's the saying? How does the
Gets the oil.
How does the rest of it go? Sometimes we're gonna try and do
She's
the
like
squeaky wheel.
sometimes the squeaky wheel poops in the woods. Like that. That's like kind of the thing that gets said in my house.
Oh my goodness. So
If
we're
the
gonna.
squeaky wheel's in a forest, does anybody hear it? I'm like, what?
Okay, we're gonna go squeak and see if we can.
No, I'm gonna look for an update. They were to get a shipment last week. They made it sound like we weren't in that shipment, which didn't seem right because they had been saying that
'Cause they
we were
said we
in
were.
that shipment for over a month, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So,
We gotta squeak more. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Be
there's
creative.
nothing else? We talked about everything? If you guys need to do something that involves me, which generally means you want to buy anything like big, you probably should come see me this week before Friday.
But we'll make.
We're shutting
we'll make-
down Friday at 4 because we're like leaving
Well,
at
we're-
4.
yeah, we're
Jeannie's
leaving-
gonna be packed Thursday night, actually,
I do not
and,
like packing.
and that way
I think.
we're not
I
like.
think. It's to the extent that I don't like packing so much that I always go. I'm not going. I'm not going on the trip. So but
When did you become a fun sponge?
I'm not a fun sponge. If anyone's a fun sponge, you're the fun sponge. You and Miss Violetta are fun sponges in our houses. Our house. I'm getting to the point where I just want to go and get where I'm going and buy everything. I don't want to pack. I hate it that much. Anyways, have a great day.